Next on Icon Match. Here we go. Shield United were champions last year. They were 4-1 winners in that game. They were actually 3-0 up in that game by half-time. Yes, I mean, I'm looking here. There are only 11 players out of the 30 that are in the squads that are back this year. We have got Ronaldinho new this year, Wayne Rooney, Robert Pires, Gareth Bale, Steven Gerrard. The list goes on of all of these new players playing this year. I feel like we're going to see more than 5 goals. Clarence Seedorf heavily involved. We're jokingly calling him a bit of a traitor on social media. He scored probably one of the best goals last year in this game. 30-plus yards out. He gave no chance for the goalkeeper there. Park Ji-sung getting his first few touches on the ball. John Arisa delivering that one all the way across. It is
so close.
Easy pickings in the end for Bastian Schweinsteiger. I mean, I think we lost each other a little bit there, Lies, but I was going to ask you predictions off this game. What did you give me in the end?
Yeah, good to see you again, Brent. I was wondering, where'd you go?
We are.
I think, to be fair, look, if I'm being honest, I think I've got a natural bias to attackers, as Ronaldinho already putting on his show. So I really do back them to get some revenge from last season and do exactly as I say, but you cannot underestimate the defensive wall that this other side has put together today. Shield United, man. I mean, especially Claude Makelele. So good they named the position after him. But if I have to make a prediction, I'm going to go 4-3 to FC Spear.
4-3. Will that be a normal time as well? Or?
We'll go with that for now.
Well, here he is, Ronaldinho. Are we going to see the Joker Benito out in full force?
So good you pay the admission fee just for him, man.
Here's Kaká.
Brilliant.
Finding Thierry Henry, who will then look to try and rework that into the box or onto the edge of the box to Ronaldinho, who's waiting there, lofted in. The idea was to pull back to Drogba, who...
He tried it.
I'm not sure, just miskicked the ball there completely, Lies.
Doesn't happen too often, but you can already see the intent right there. Thierry Henry, ball across the box, and Didier Drogba. We've seen him smash through those so many times throughout his career. This time, just a little off.
Yeah, you think back to that special Champions League final night, don't you, against Bayern Munich, when he scored that all-important equaliser that sent Chelsea to penalties to then become European champions. Interestingly, this year he's gone from being a centre-back to his normal position. I think he learnt his lesson from last year.
Any players in particular from this year that you're really looking forward to seeing, Brendan? Maybe ones that we wouldn't really think of as well, too. I know everyone's here to see Ronaldinho, to see Wayne Rooney, but maybe somebody that the audience should keep an eye out for.
Well, he's not in the starting lineup. He's on the opposite side of Shield United, but I'd say Claudio Marchisio.
Oh, what a shout, man.
Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Of course, a hero, as we know, on EAFC and FC Mobile. But the oldest player on Shield United, Claude Makelele. Is he going to give us one of his trademark tackles?
The guy doesn't age, though, huh? I mean, literally he does. But when you watch him play, he looks like he'd still put on his boots and put on a performance for PSG or for Real Madrid. Such an intelligent player, so gifted, so tenacious as well, too. One of the best to ever do it in that position. Here's Wayne Rooney, though. I mean, you talk about versatile. You talk about a guy who could play in defense. He could play in midfield. I think Wayne Rooney could play anywhere on the pitch, to be honest with you.
Well, he's having a bit of a break, isn't he, for managerial roles, Wayne Rooney? He's had quite a few jobs since 2020. He's lofted that one out into the path of Ronaldinho. Ricardo Kaká, is he just about onside? He is, I believe, or not. The liner will pull that one back. And the defensive line of Nesta, Rio Ferdinand and Vidic will be quite fortunate on that occasion. I just can't get over that, Liège. You've got Nesta, Vidic, Rio Ferdinand, and I guess you just behind them, Iker Casillas.
I mean, in those 3 center backs, you're talking about what? Maybe 3 of the top 5 of their generation. That's not bad, man. That's not bad. They're blessed with defensive reinforcement. And, of course, when you got Iker Casillas back there as well, too. Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, great idea. Just slightly too heavy there.
Here's Seedorf. Again, so many players on FC Spear, though, that can just play so many different positions, man. I mean, Seedorf was so versatile. Rooney. Here's Gareth Bale playing left back. I'll tell you what, the storyline to maybe watch out for as well, too, that we didn't mention. Gareth Bale and Maicon playing on the same side. And funnily enough, it's Maicon playing on the wing and Bale playing at fullback. So maybe a chance for revenge for Maicon. We know what happened that fateful night in the San Siro, of course.
Well, they have been speaking about that since being in career on the floor. Loads of social content that you can check out on Shoot for Love. And, I mean, I think Gareth Bale openly said if there's time for him to get revenge, it's probably now, because he said he's not the fittest.
I always feel for Maicon, though, because I do think a lot of people, especially in the UK, right, maybe think of Maicon because of that game, but maybe forgetting that Maicon at his absolute best was an absolute locomotive of a fullback, man. Seriously, bombing up and down that right-hand side for Inter. So big for them in that treble win in 2010. I think it's important to remember this was a guy that at one point was the starting fullback for Brazil. Such a good player, man.
Do you remember that goal for Brazil that he scored as well? From right back, he somehow squeezed it in at the near post.
Such a special player, man. Here he is now.
Which,
can he get a shot off from here? Maicon! Oh.
Comes off the back of Schweinsteiger there, crying out for an offside as Carlos Puyol is clearly offside. Buffon happy to quickly try and play out from the back. It's Rooney into his former Manchester United teammate in Park Ji-sung, who had fans in tears here last year at the Seoul World Cup Stadium because his first touch of the game, Liège, was a penalty that he scored.
Oh, I mean, he's a national hero, isn't he? But Park Ji-sung, man, such a nice guy, such a good footballer as well, too, man. Really integral to those big Man United sides of the 2000s and the early 2010s. So unselfish.
He played everywhere, didn't he?
Yeah, he could play on the right, on the left, in the middle. He had this one iconic game, of course, against Andrea Pirlo, where Sir Alex deployed him as practically Pirlo's shadow on the day. Following where he went. Pirlo goes to get a sandwich. Park Ji-sung's paying the bill.
Well, Andrea Pirlo will be happy to know that this year he won't have to go head-to-head with Park Ji-sung. He did play in the competition last year. He's not here this time round for this Nexon Icons match. It was just 10 minutes last year we saw our opening goal. And we're going to get one slightly earlier this time. Not the best of crosses into the box. The idea was there, and we know how good Didier Drogba is in the air.
Oh, if it's too high for Didier Drogba, I can safely confirm the cross wasn't good enough, because that guy, you put it anywhere in orbit, Air Didier, he'll come through.
Well, Makelele getting his first couple of touches on the ball. We saw John Arisa ourselves in the flesh in action in London a few months ago, Liège.
Yeah.
Scored
he finally got
an equaliser, and he's safe to say he's still, you know, very much fit, match fit, ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got a bullet on that left foot, man. Seriously, he lets one of those off. Hide for distance. Honestly, hide for your life. Real
it gives me
shooter.
It gives me nightmares, obviously, but Alan Smith was one of my favourite players as a kid, Liège, and
of course.
it was John Arisa's free kick that gave him an injury to forget.
Yeah.
Ten minutes in here.
I think it's safe to say at the moment, Shillet is just really kind of getting the grips of this game still. I think over the first 10 minutes, FC Spear are the more impressive side.
Well, they're going to come through now one of their first chances. It's Maicon into Carlos Puyol, Ashley Cole in the box. Not the tallest of players if they are going to go for a direct cross in.
Yeah. There's Marquisio, Ashley Cole. Carrick. Oh, that's a trademark. And Risa.
Why not?
I can safely say as well, too, Brendan, after our experience watching him, he will shoot on sight. There is no shyness from John Arisa when it comes to unleashing a strike from 30, 40 yards out. Here's Ronaldinho.
How many minutes is Ronaldinho going to last, do we think?
Yeah, I think that's the big question of all of these guys, but with Ronaldinho in particular, I think we want to see as much as possible.
Two former Arsenal players there, Gilberto Silva and Sol Campbell. They're part of Shield United this year.
Yeah. Talk about defensive spine as well, too, man. All you're missing is Vieira with those guys.
Steven Gerrard tries to find a 40-yard pass into the feet of Thierry Henry. He was sort of player manager last year. There was no managers in the Icons match. This year, he's not playing left back. He's playing up front. And he hasn't got to worry about the managerial role because he called it a good friend of his, Liez, in Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, not bad. I think when Wenger comes in, you can take a step back, right?
But you were saying, rightly so, you've been involved in a few of these sort of exhibition matches, Liez. Arsene Wenger, he loves it, doesn't he?
Oh, he absolutely loves it, man. Seriously. I think when you compete at the highest level for as long as someone like Arsene Wenger does, you never really lose that appetite. You know what I mean? So I think any chance to get involved with these kind of events, especially when it's for such a great cause as well, too, you can't turn it down, can you?
Carrick. Marquisio.
Great idea.
Wants to find a quick interchange there with the former Interman in Maicon. One thing I have to say I've been quite impressed with is the intensity of this game. I'm more than aware that I just did a bit of research, Liez. The age combined of both of these teams. One team's 653 years old and one team 670 years old. I mean, their youngest player is Eden Hazard, who's 34. He's currently not on the pitch, but I mean, aside of that, we're not expecting, you know, full normal match fitness, but the intensity has most definitely been there.
100%, 100%. I think these guys are just putting a real show on in terms of just keeping the ball moving. The tempo of the game is pretty good as it stands. It'll be interesting, of course, too, when we get into the final 10 minutes. Maybe it gets a little more loose, it gets a bit more chaotic. But at the moment, I think there's a real nice pace in this game. I completely agree. As Ronaldinho gets on the ball here, let's see what he does. Every time he gets on the ball, I'm almost surprised when he just plays a square 2-yard pass. You're just expecting brilliance every time he gets on it.
Kaka.
Seedorf,
who was crucial this year. They cried for a free kick. No interest at all.
Brilliant touch from Makelele there.
Big old switch that is. Just didn't have the power in it from
Schweinsteiger just plucks that out of the air like it's nothing as well, too, man.
It was like watching a bit of an old school Wayne Rooney here, sort of dropping into that central midfielder spot.
100%. Bale. Henry.
Finds Henry. He's just about onside. Can he find Didier Drogba, who's waiting in the box for him?
Up against his former teammate Puyol. Flicks it up.
Lofts it in. Oh, wow.
He tried it. And I mean, Kaka's got history with Vidic and Rio, as we know, right? Of course, that fateful night in Manchester. A game that Kaka actually lost, but I don't think a player has maybe ever had more credit in the bank after losing a game than Kaka against United in 07. Brilliant performance from him, of course.
He would have even more credit if he put in a bicycle kick in this Icons match. Potentially the first real shot on target coming in just for the 15th minute, which I think we have to say, honestly, as expected to a degree, FC Spear have had the better attacks, as they are a team full of attackers, but for Shield United, they've been missing that final pass, that final ball.
Oh, look at Gerrard there. You talk about intensity. Didn't let Ashley Cole breathe.
For charity or not, these players do not lose that competitive edge as Park Ji-sung just looks to invert inside ever so slightly from that right back position, and possession switches all the way out. This far hand side for FC Spear.
Ronaldinho, he plays with a smile. Oh, brilliant. Henry loses it though.